Bye bye, Eco Alfa, Eco Alfa. Eco Alfa 5, India Papa Delta 59.
Ok, 59, grazie per il concorso.
Ciao 73. Italy Quebec 5, Papa Juliet, Coltano Marconi Award. Station and uniform.
Charlie Sierra 7, Alpha Quebec uniform.
Alpha Quebec uniform, Alpha Quebec uniform again.
Okay, this is Charlie Sierra 7, Alpha Quebec uniform.
Charlie Sierra 4, Alpha Quebec uniform.
Charlie Sierra 7, Alpha Quebec uniform, Pascal.
Oh, the number, what's the number in your call?
Charlie Sierra 7, Alpha Quebec uniform.
Ah, okay, Charlie Sierra 7, Alpha Quebec uniform, you are 519.
Okay, Pascal, 5-9 new signal in Portugal, 5-9 postal, okay, very strong signal. Thanks for the contact, 73.
73 and thanks for the call from Portugal. Italy Quebec 5, Papa Juliet QRZ. Golf 0, Charlie Whiskey Bravo, you are 519. Ciao Mike, grazie a te, 73, good luck. Italy Quebec 5, Papa Juliet, Coltano Marconi Award.
Hotel, IK2 Eco Charlie Charlie, IK2
Juliet Alpha Hotel 73.
Gustavo, buenas tardes.
Hola Petra, buenísimas tardes.
Quebec, Italia Uniform 0 Quebec.
Quebec Mike Echo, Quebec Mike Echo, Queen Mexico, Ecuador.
Ok, Qui Mexico, Ecuador, 6 al log, 73, ciao.
Grazie 73, ciao ciao.
Ciao ciao. Italy Quebec 5, Papa Juliet QRZ. Mexico G0, Sugar Tango Delta Mobile, you are 519.
CQ calling CQ, Sierra 57, Delta X-ray.
CQ20 meter. This is Italy, kilo number 1.
Hotel. Echo Alpha 5.
In the morgen in de morgen. Dus ja, wij steken een beetje uit. Dus we hebben eerder de dag dan de rest van Canada op Newfoundland vandaan. Die hebben een half uur. Sorry, Kilo. Location here. Okay, so very good. Yeah, we're about 4.5 hours, 5 hours from Norfolk. We are in the state of West Virginia, which is another state, but not all that far from Norfolk. In fact, my neighbor that lives behind us just left to visit with her family down in Norfolk. She left about an hour ago, so she's driving down. So there you go. That's a coincidence. Anyway, you're doing well here with your 100 watts on the vertical mic. And nice. I don't know if you're Mick or Mike. You said Mike, but you spelled Mick, so I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, thanks for the call, Mick, and we'll catch you again. G0EIG, K8 New York, over. Wow. Totally disappeared. It's K8NY, Kilo 8 November Yankee, QRZ. Hello, CQ, calling CQ10, calling CQ10 from K8NY, calling Kilo. Hello, CQ, calling CQ10 meters, K8NY. November Yankee, calling CQ10, calling CQ10 meters from K8NY, calling Kilo 8, November Yankee, K8NY, calling CQ10 and standing by for a call. All 6 November again. 6 November, Lima Zulu, from Kilo 8 November Yankee. My call, Kilo 8 November Yankee. Thanks for the call. Good afternoon. You're 5x4. 54, there is considerable QSB. Name here, Bob, and the QTH, West Virginia. Over. Okay, you're right at just going into the noise, but I am able to copy Mac. I didn't get your QTH. You did drop down, but anyway, yeah, I think the band is really out. I don't think it's good today at all. I just turned the rig on here. Oh, it is late, though. Local time, 10:50 a.m., coming up to 11 a.m. here, so I suspect that's coming up to 4 p.m. in the afternoon at your QTH, but, the band isn't what it was, so anyway. Nice to hear you there, Mac. Appreciate the call. G6NLZ, K8 New York. Over. Yes, got it, Lid there, Mac. Thanks for the information there. Yeah, sorry. Wasn't on earlier here. X-File and I busy doing some things here this morning. Anyway, have a good one. We'll catch you again. All the best. Thanks for giving us the shout here. G6NLZ, K8NY, 73. Cheers.
George, Mexico. 8 Oscar, Florida, Quebec.
GM8 Oscar Foxtrot Quebec. Jeff, you are strong as usual. How are you doing? Over.
Okay, Bob. Good morning. Kilo 8 November Yankee, GM8OFQ. Yeah, you're very strong as well, Bob. I have to say you're the strongest on the band at the moment, but looking at the pan adapter, there's only 2 or 3 signals I can see, and everybody else is almost in the noise. But you're 5.9 with me, Bob, 59. So propagation obviously working well between New York and Orkney Island. Anyway, I hope everything's well with you. Everything is okay over here. We're into wintertime weather now. Temperature last couple of days has been around about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. No snow yet. Quite windy and quite wet. In fact, I've just been down to the local convenience store a couple of miles down the road, and a couple of the roads are flooded here. But fortunately, the Land Rover copes with flooded roads, I'm pleased to say. But yeah, the weather's not too good here at the moment, Bob. Hopefully things are better with you over there. K8NY, GM8OFQ.
Roger, GM8OFQ. I want to see if I recorded you or not. Only 2 or 3 signals I can see, and everybody else is almost in the noise. But you're 5.9 with me, Bob. 59. So propagation obviously working well between New York. Okay, there you go. Yeah, you're S8, a solid S8 up to S9. Of course, no preamp on this Apache. So the big signal here, Jeff. And I do see 2 other signals. That one guy is 485. He's a LZ/EA. He's a Spanish guy working in LZ. He's humongous with all the splatter attached to him. But that's the only other big signal I'm seeing other than you. So, and then one other signal, I think, as I look here. So anyway, yeah, got on late here today. I haven't been on much, to be honest with you, the last number of months. And as you know, I haven't been on, oh, that's right. We haven't talked, I don't think, no. We did speak on the 4th of November, that's right, because I was off a phone for 6 months or so. Last time we had talked was in March. So the our penultimate contact. So anyway, I don't know what's really been happening. It looks like the band, hopefully this is just short and it'll come back, but it looks like it's closing down again. I always say this is the autumnal bump that we get, the equinox bump that we get in autumn time. And it typically, as you probably know, runs for 2 months or so. And so far it's proving me right. I wish it would prove me wrong, because I want the band to be open, Jeff. Anyway, the call is K8NY, because I am from New York. But I've been down here in West Virginia for the past 44 years. So I'm in West Virginia. The call is K8 because the 8th District is West Virginia's in the 8th District. NY, my original roots from Brooklyn, New York. GM8OFQ, Orkney Islands, with a lot of rain. And the Land Rover, the car of the Royals, K8NY, over.
Yeah, K8NY, GM8OFQ, yeah, that's right. That's right, Bob. And I saw a couple of weeks ago that the Land Rover that Prince Philip had is now up for sale, going for some horrendous price. It's going into an auction. I don't know whether it's happened yet, but I would imagine that the final price on that's going to be in 6 figures. But it is a unique Land Rover, of course. He did design it himself, so it'll be interesting to see what the final figure on that vehicle comes out at in auction. But yeah, fortunately, the Land Rover does cope with these floods. I say floods, it's probably around about 6 or 7 inches deep. Probably a normal car could cope with it, but we've had a lot of rain over the last 48 hours, and consequently some of the roads are flooded. There's a lot of water coming off the farm fields here and moving down the hills onto the roads. But yeah, nothing out of the ordinary for Orkney Islands anyway, Bob, and I'm sure we'll survive. Yeah, of course, I know you're from West Virginia, Bob, and I can tell from your New York accent there, the Brooklyn accent, where you originate from. But yeah, it is the call sign that always puts me off. But I know you've been in West Virginia for quite some time. I'm looking back at the contacts we've had, and we go back a long way. Well, I say a long way. My log showing contacts going back to, let me just have a look here. Geez, my logbook is really slow. I'm running a new log system here. I used to run Ham Radio Deluxe, but it was so slow that I had to deinstall it, and I'm running something called AC Log. It's a bit of a basic logging program, but it does go pretty well, and it's reasonably fast. But this afternoon it's running a bit slow. Yeah, 1st of September 2011 was the first contact we ever had with you. Well, I say the first contact, it's the first logged contact on the electronic log. We may well have worked you in the paper log prior to that date, but this is the first contact we had with you on the electronic log. That was on 17 meters, and I think that was when we were over in Germany, in the beautiful city of Hamburg up in northwest Germany. We were running with a Delta Lima call sign. So yeah, we do have a little bit of history in the log here, all from West Virginia, I hasten to add. Yeah, well, conditions have been pretty good. All the bands have been working, but as you say, I think at the moment propagation has been down a few S points on what it has been the last few months, and it might just be that blip that you're talking about. I suspect we'll see an increase in activity probably mid-winter time. The low bands are working very well, 40, 80 and 160 meters are certainly picking up now as we're getting into the darker part of the year. And 40 meters this morning, Florida was coming through very loud on 7163, the morning net coming out of Florida. And also the Caribbean as well. Jamaica was 5.9 plus. So it looks like the low bands are holding up through to mid-morning, late morning time into Europe. So there we go, Bob. Yeah, the band 10 meters is very quiet. Whilst you were talking there, I just had a quick look at the pan adapter, and there's nothing on 10 meters other than the digital. The FT8, FT4 digital pan part of the bands, that's always active regardless of what the propagation is like. You can guarantee that there'll be data activity on all the bands, including 6 meters as well. K8NY at GM8OFQ.
Okay, GM8OFQ, K8NY. Very good again. I do confirm those contacts, by the way. And I've been doing this for quite a while. And on the bands being open on the lower bands, yeah, I've been on CW on the lower bands, 40 and 40, 80 and 30 meters. In fact, I worked at the expedition on 30 over in the Central African Republic. Not that I needed them, but boy, they were coming in loud. But you know, having two elements on the stepper does help. In fact, he had a pileup. I gave him one call. He came right back to me in the pileup. I was quite shocked. I just gave the good K8NY, boom, he came right back. So I must have been at the right place there, Jeff. Yeah, fine on everything. And I I know that's true. I think last year I was remote down in Florida, operating this station remote. I worked quite a bit of 10-meter cubes. Let me go back and see. Let's see. No, I don't want 2021 here. I gotta go back here. Anyway, there we go. This Christmas. Yeah, I think I worked quite a bit there. The beginning of the year, January. When I was down in Florida. So I was looking at the log the other day, and oh God, I did see so many. Well, there's a lot on 40. Oh, there's some. Yeah, I worked some 15, and I'm trying to see there while I was down there. I did work some 10 as well. Not too many 10. A lot of 15-meter work I was doing. So anyway. 15 was open quite a bit last January, as you well know. At any rate, that's about it here. It's been cold, Jeff, as opposed to your weather. Yours is wet. It's been cold. I actually had a big cold snap. I got really cold. Went down to about -6 at night. The other day, a few days ago, we only had a high of about +3. So it's warmed up a bit. We're going to have a high of about +11 today and +12 or 13 tomorrow. So, but still cold night. So, yeah, we had a big cold snap here. Yeah, I'm looking at the 485 signal there, that guy operating from LZ land, and his signal is dropping down a bit. So, I've got a lot of work to do. One of my daughters is coming over. Spend Thanksgiving with us. Our husband will be on during the week at Thanksgiving time. He's going to be helping the XYL cook here. She'll be here. I've got some things to do outside and a few items to do inside here. So I'm giving my wife a hand. She went through another chemo treatment last Thursday. She's kind of feeling the effects of it a bit, and I don't do much around the house, but I thought I might do a little bit to help her, but certainly isn't enough. That's for sure. So anyway, we'll try to do as best we can. Take care, Jeff. I'll turn it back to you for a final. Do you take care of that rain? Keep that Land Rover okay? Yeah, see, Prince Philip, I just looked at it when you mentioned it, and as you probably know, he put a lot of money into that, in the design of that. So I do recall in his funeral, watching it, they had that vehicle. I don't know if it was if hearse was in there, or if his coffin was in there, or whatever. I think it acted as a hearse, I believe. Yeah, which is great. Anyway, have a good one. Thanks for that info. GM8OFQ, Orkneys, K8NY, over.
Yeah, very good, Bob. K8NY, GM8OFQ, back for a quick final. Yeah, good timing, Bob. I think the band is dropping down now. You've gone from a 9 down to about a 7, occasionally down to a 4 or 5. So it looks like the propagate out, so probably a good time to wrap it up. Yeah, that's right. It was used as the hearse for his funeral back in the early part of the year, and it'll be interesting to see who buys it, if they're going to make that public, and how much it went for. But as you say, he did put a lot of money into it. He did all the design himself as well. So it is a unique vehicle. Very good indeed, Bob. Well, I'll let you get off there. Sorry to hear about the XYL, by the way. But hopefully the chemo is doing its job, and she'll be back on the road to recovery very soon. So pass on our best regards to the XYL there, Bob. Just before you go, let me think here, Bob. The K4, a recent update on the software allows me to record and play back now. So I'm just going to play you back a few seconds, and hopefully this will work okay of your transmission there. So if I can get this to work, just stand by.
Solid S8 up to S9. Of course, no preamp on this Apache. So the big signal here, Jeff. and I do see two other signals.
Okay, Bob. There's just a few seconds. I've got all my my compression in, so it might sound a little bit sharp than it was that I was hearing it through the receiver. On the playback with the compression, it sounds probably a little bit sharp than it actually is, but you can hear how clean and how very sharp your audio is. Excellent. Okay, Bob, well, all the very best. Thanks for the chat this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of the day over there in West Virginia, and we'll look forward to meeting up again. All the best for now from Orkney Island. Kilo 8 November Yankee, Golf Mike 8 Oscar Fox, Quebec.
Yeah, if you just think about it, you started at S8, get down to S5 to S6, so dropped at least 2 S units, which is 12 dB, which is quite a bit. 12 dB or more. I did hear the recording. It sounded good. It sounded good, Jeff. And although your signal's dropping down, so next time we chat, hopefully we'll have both S9 signals here, and I can hear it a bit better. But thank you for the information. Thanks for the recording. I do appreciate it. All the best. I'm going to get out of here as well. We'll catch you again. Thanks for the nice wishes for the XYL. I will relay those to her, and she'll be delighted to hear that you wish her well, Jeff. Thank you so much. GM8OFQ, K8 New York. Cheers.
Yeah, my pleasure, Bob. Take care, and 73. Bye-bye.
73.
Full size Yashi position the my tower at 35 meters. The my power is amplified at 2 kappa expert at this moment, and mid the power is 1 kilowatt over.